Do you have an original 1860 Spencer Carbine with the conversion kit for centerfire? Not sure where to get ammunition for it? I'll show you how I make 5650 centerfire cartridges with 5650 Starline brass. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back. Before we get started, I'm going to give you a disclaimer on these particular firearms. These were made in 1860 and there was an 1865 model. There were different cartridges used for these carbines at the time, which actually made it confusing then and can make it confusing today. So before you load for your particular carbine, make sure that you have it checked out by a competent gunsmith and find out what the correct cartridge is supposed to be for your gun. Later models used a 50 caliber bullet. This one actually works with the 52 caliber. So before you load for your particular firearm, make sure you have it checked out first. That being said, I'm going to show you how I load from my carbine, and here we go. Alright, to start we're going to mold some bullets. I'm using a .520 mold, and it's also a 350 grain bullet. There we go. This is a 2 cavity from Accurate Molds. Pop it like so. There we go. Alright, the next step is to lube the bullets. It's got one big lube groove right here. Then it's got a little groove up on top, and that's where you crimp the case onto the bullet. So we're going to start off by just dipping this into the lube. The lube is actually 50% beeswax, 50% tallow. Let's set that aside. Do another one. Alright, we'll let that set up. Go to the next step. Okay, so the next step I do is size the bullets. These bullets are already sized at .520. The mold does a very, very good job at that. But with the lube on here, I use this just to put the lube into the grooves and clean it off basically. So I like to run them upside down. And the reason why is because it actually does a much better job at keeping the bullet clean as they come out. So it squishes the lube right into the bullet, and the bottom I just take a knife and take that off really easily. So I'll show you again. Here we see the lube around the base, put the bullet upside down, and it pushes it right into the lube groove and everything else up. If you turn it the other way, it'll squish the lube around the bullet this way, and it winds up coming up into the groove on the top, which you don't want it. You just want it on the bottom. Alrighty, the next step is the brass. So if you get fresh brass from the factory, what you'll want to do is still size this down because they had to make it and it could be in odd shapes by the time that you receive it. So I run it through the sizing die anyway. Now, one thing to keep in mind is this is Starline brass and this is 5650. This is what the carbine would have actually used originally. The problem with these that I've heard, and I've had some experience with this too, is that in the original carbines, the extractor will slip off the case. So I'm going to size these, we're going to try them out, and the alternative to this is using 5070 brass that's been sized for 5650. We're going to try both of them and we'll see what each one does. Hopefully these will work just fine and we'll do good. If not, then we'll see what the 5070 brass cut down does as well. So let's size these up and make sure they're good fit. We're going to do 5. A little bit of drag on that one, but not bad. And 5. And let's do some 50-70 cut down. There's one. Two. Three. 4. 5. All right, on to the next step. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is expand the necks of these cases. What I'm going to use is a punch. This is a 7/16 punch. You could also use these to cut out the paper inserts after you put the powder that sit on top of these with this. The reason why I use this is because in the die set, it does come with a case expander. But the problem with the diameter of this is it's actually 450 caliber. So it'll be a 510 or 515. These bullets are actually 520, and this doesn't quite work. So we need to open this up just a little bit more. It's this simple. Set this right on top. Give it a couple taps. You're not hitting that too hard. You're just doing it just enough to expand that out a little bit. And that's it. All right, now we're going to add powder. This is 2F black powder, and it's 45 grains. That was a factory load. We pour this in. Believe it or not, that goes up to the neck. So an easy way to do it is you just pour it in. Until it fills up to the top of the neck also. Now we'll put this in here, get it ready to load. So now we get our bullet, set it right on top of the powder charge. Run this up in the die. This is already preset. And there we have it. Got a little extra lube, we'll take that off. Now we have our brass crimp down right in that crimp groove, and it's good to go. Okay, now that we have our cartridges made, let's do a functions check. We'll drop the breech out of the way. That opens up the chamber. Drop that in. Slides in nice and smooth. Bring this back up. Awesome. Ejection. A trick to this as an ejection is you use gravity to load it, so you point the barrel down, and to unload it, you actually point them up. Came right out. Sweet. Let's take it out to the range. All right, guys, we're out here on the range. Let's load her up and try it out. They load from the back, so we'll pull the tube out. There we go. Put the tube back in. Okay. Pull, hammer to half cock. Use gravity to our advantage. Ready to go. Let's try it out. I have a target down there 50 yards. Let's see what it does. There we go. Let's try it again. So gravity again to our advantage. Case comes out. Another one in. Let's do it again. Nice, it hits hard. Sweet. Half cock. Down. Oh. Okay. Next one in. I just knocked it off. I'm gonna have to reset that. half cock, drop it out, comes right out. Those 50-70 shells, that's what I'm starting off with, their 50-70 shells that are trimmed down. These are working great. We'll be right back. All right, we're back at it. Let's try this again. That was a little high. There we go. Nice solid hit. All right, here we go. Try this out again. There we go. Nice. One more. Goes out. Excellent. Next one in. Sweet. Nice. Whew, this thing's fun. It doesn't kick much at all. It's really hard. So all of these cases are the 50-70 trimmed down. Let's go to the next batch, which are the 56-50 cases from Starline. Let's see how those do. Almost all of these came out. I had one problem where I had to just give it a little nudge and it came right out. Okay, I just loaded this up with 56-50 Starline brass. Let's see how these do. All right. Ooh, these hold a little bit more powder, and they have a little extra punch. Not bad. It's actually pretty fun. Oh, there it is. It just got stuck. So the extractor slipped right off the rim. Let me punch this out. We'll get back to it. All right, we're back. Let's try this again. There we go. Oh yeah, that hits hard. All right, let's see if it'll come out. Nice, this one slid out, good. Next one. Okay. Oh, slid off again. One sec. All right, we're back. Let's do this again. There we go. All right, that was my last cartridge. Well guys, let's go down range and see how well this thing did. Or well, how well I did with this. Let's take a look. All right. Not the best accuracy, but I did hit it. As you can see here, I was aiming more towards this area here at first, trying to hit center. They were hitting low, so I brought it up higher. They started to hit higher. Those last few rounds had a little more oomph to them, and they were hit more center, just off to the right. I was aiming about here. So not too bad for that old gun there. So hey guys, thanks for sticking around. Hope you like the show. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments below. And again, like and subscribe, and thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next round.